Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, man.
Juice in the blunt for breakfast. While I beat the
block paper.
We trying to get y'all motivated to go see some paper 100% while we talk about some of the hottest stories out there, some of the most trending stories, some of the most funniest stories. 100%. We are the digital newspaper, fellas. My name, Heart to Star JD. I got my brand in the building.
Woo! It's Bogey Flair in the building this morning.
Come on now. 100%.
Yeah, you know, just slow motion in the big ocean. You know what I mean? Limousine riding, jet flying. You know what I'm talking about?
Big things popping, man. 100%, man. That's boss talk right there, man. He's in the back of the plane. 100%.
Yeah, that's Ric Flair talk right there.
Nice bed is 100%, man. On my mouth. Them is facts.
I adopted all the Ric Flair isms except for one of his signature moves, is where he opens the robe and he goes full helicopter. Yeah, that's his move and his move alone. You know
Come on now.
That's an essay waiting to happen. You know,
these facts. Oh my mama!
Don't do the Ric Flair helicopter move.
Don't Ric Flair daughter wrestle?
Yeah, and she's like the baddest bitch. Like, she's probably gonna go down as like one of the best female pro wrestlers in history. And her story is pretty cool because she absolutely hated Ric Flair growing up. She hated wrestling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He wasn't around, you know what I mean? But her brother absolutely adored Ric Flair, which is his dad, obviously. And he got into wrestling, but he died young of drugs.
So
she dedicated herself. I mean, she dedicated to the memory of her brother, her wrestling career. She started wrestling for him, and she became the baddest bitch in the business. You know what I mean?
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, my little cousin Lee. Shout out to cousin Lee.
Yep,
Charlotte Flair. Ain't her name Charlotte or something like that?
Yep, Charlotte Flair. Yeah, her real name is like Tori or whatever. You know, but yeah, her wrestling name, Charlotte Flair. And then definitely, you know, when you're a Flair lineage, you come out, everybody to woo, woo.
Oh, yeah, every day. Yeah, shout out to Charlotte Flair. Shout out to Ric Flair, 100%, man.
You take one good look at Charlotte Flair in the face, right? And you go, yeah, that's Ric Flair's daughter.
That's his baby. Oh, my mom. But they always say that the daughters look like the daddies and the son look like the mamas. They always say that shit.
I'm the pappy.
Come on now. I'm that baby pappy. No, I'm that baby pappy.
I'm the pappy. Yeah, you know what, though? You ain't lying. Like, my daughters, they all look like me. My son, he looked just like me from like the cheekbones down, right? From the eyes up. And the forehead looked just like my girl. Crazy. Oh, he has my girl's chin too. Because my girl has one of them baby clefts. You know what I mean? I used to think that was cute. I used to joke like, oh shit, I ain't never seen them.
Yeah, I got the dimple in my chin. So when my beard, when I was a young dude, before all my facial hair started, because I always used to have a goatee. My goatee came in 16, 17 years old.
We was buying beer at the store hella young.
Hey, how old are you to buy that?
We look at grown little motherfucker buying cigarettes and all kind of blood.
I got that indent in my chin, so the motherfuckers always used to say, "Man, you got that booty chin." Pause. So everything.
Have you ever seen Me, Myself, and Irene?
Probably. That's Jim Carrey, right?
The Jim Carrey where he's a schizophrenic,
right?
And then he got the three sons. He got the because his wife was cheating on him with the little with Webster.
Yeah, my mom.
So he had the three black sons. Like it's like Anthony Anderson, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big dude. Yeah,
he ain't fat no more though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he got skinny. Oh,
yeah, he got healthy. Oh, my mama.
That's good for him. Good for him. But to check us out, right? One of his split personalities, Jim Carrey's, when he's the other guy, he goes get surgery done, plastic surgery. So then he comes back when he comes to, and he's him again, right? he has a little bandage, and when he finally takes it off, it's a big ass cleft. And then they start, damn, daddy, you got an ass on your chin.
Oh, everything.
Like, you can blow your nose and wipe your ass at the same time.
Oh my mom, that's exactly what my shit is. Oh my mama.
No, I got dimples on both sides. So my son got all my dimples, and then he got the cleft. So he looks really debonair. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Real distinguished. And like I'm hoping, and he's got the height on him now. And there is height in my family. I didn't get it. That shit missed me. So I'm hoping it ricocheted off me and it hits him, and he get the height, because then he'll be, you know, he'll be the tall and not so dark and handsome. You know what I mean? And then you know what's so funny too is like when we be walking him to kindergarten, right? And listen, bro, I'm not even gonna hold you. Them little classmates of his, they go crazy. Oh Trey, oh Emmanuel. Like, oh, they know your governor and your nickname. You know what I mean? And then my girl, she gets all mad. Little skeezers. I'm like, relax. My man's, you know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at my man's.
Come on,
you know what I mean? I'm like, don't let you be the one that be blocking him. Oh, she's no good for you, and this thing. Let my son do his thing. He's only 6.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? The world is big. Sure.
Facts, 100%, man. Hey, let the people know where they can find you at, though, bro.
You can find me in therapy. You can find me in the mean YouTube streets at the Gen Wealth Net on YouTube, and you can find me Gen Wealth Net _, all one word, on Instagram, and Bogard Scott Free anywhere you consume your music, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, things of that nature. Let's go.
Oh shit, bro. We got the third digital newspaper fella in the building. I just clicked on his name too, man. Right on time, man. Let the people know where they
go, baby. Man. Slim in the building.
Good. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
What's good? What's going on, man?
Yeah. Right in time. Look at that. The force is strong within him.
What's going down?
Man, you know what I'm saying? From a fan's perspective on YouTube, man, we highly encourage y'all to tap in.
Yes, sir.
Now, hopefully this first story you pulled up right in time, you might have heard about this shit, man. This shit some crazy shit around here, bro. 100%, bro. Oh my mama, man. All 3 of the digital newspaper fellas is in the building, man. Let's go ahead and run it back one more time.
Juice in a blunt for breakfast while I beat the place. Finna hit the block, about to see some pipe.
Oh my mama, man. Let's fire this motherfucker up. We in the fucking building, man. Watch this shit, man. This is some forensic files like type shit. You know, they say you're not supposed to talk about it to give these people no light, but the motherfucking internet detectives be working harder than some of your fucking police departments in a local city near you. So let's go ahead and kick this shit off, bro. Oh my mama. Myself on mute. This one so it won't echo.
In the last 2 months, 7 bodies have been found around New England. And while law enforcement is not connecting the cases, people online have other ideas. Boston 25 News reporter Bob Ward joins us live in Brockton. Bob, the talk is getting loud enough for police to address these rumors.
Rachel, you know, more and more people online are paying attention to this. They are concerned that some or all of these cases might be connected and that a serial killer might be striking in New England. In some corners of social media, like Facebook, the idea that a serial killer could be on the prowl in New England is getting more popular. This Facebook group, New England SK, has nearly 9,000 members. And in other forums, people are posting their concern that some or all of the bodies recently found in New England might be connected to each other. Since the beginning of March, 7 bodies have turned up in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Some of the bodies are unidentified remains. The bodies discovered in Groton and Killingly, Connecticut, are close to a Rhode Island case. So far, law enforcement is not connecting the cases. However, the talk online has grown so loud that recently Groton, Connecticut police issued a statement that said in part, regarding references circulating on social media about incidents in the state of Rhode Island, we currently have no information connecting those events to any of the incidents in Groton. Here in Massachusetts, the discovery of a human skull in Plymouth and another set of remains in Framingham is also being looked at. In the late 1980s, a serial killer struck the New Bedford area. 9 women murdered, 2 missing. Author Maureen Boyle covered the case at the time and wrote a book about it. She is skeptical that a new serial killer might be at work right now.
Just because you have bodies found in a variety of places in New England, that does not mean that there's a serial killer on the loose in the area.
Boyle is concerned that online speculation can hurt people.
This is not a game. These involve real people. These involve real families. This is serious business.
I checked on the 2 Massachusetts cases. On that body that was found in Framingham recently, the district attorney's office is saying a case is under investigation, but it does not appear that person was a victim of foul play. Now, as for the remains of the human skull that was found in the woods of Plymouth, the Plymouth County DA's office says that case remains under investigation. Reporting live from Brockton tonight, I'm Bob Ward for your local station, Boston 25 News.
All right, Bob, thank you so much for that update.
The nucleus of the mafia. I was about to make a really terrible joke.
Yeah, they trying to downplay that shit. I understand they ain't trying to get the people all worked up and whatnot. I know they just said one of them didn't have foul play on them, but at the end they also said they still investigating some. So either that body was hella decomposed and they can't tell exactly what caused the death of that person. But you know what I mean? It's 5 other people though. And
definitely you don't. They have a lot of information. They're not gonna give information out there because you don't want to tip off the the supposed killer that like, oh shit, they on to me. You know what I mean? Because for sure, like I watch too many movies, so for sure I'm saying like this it could be a serial killer for real. And like in New England, it's hella wooded everywhere. You know what I mean? You put a motherfucker out 2-3 days depending on the heat. You know what I mean? Especially like this last 2 months, you can start getting some heat. That motherfuckers are decomposed faster than regular. Especially, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing fresh. Then all of a sudden, animals start coming through because that shit starts stinking up the joint. They start eating on that motherfucker. Then it's like the best way to get rid of shit, allegedly. You know what I mean? So like, and if you're a serial killer these days, you have to act fast. I mean, you can't kill over a long period of time because of the way forensics and all the shit is these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like if there's 7 in the last 2 months, this it could be one person just on a rampage right now because you can't. This is how you're gonna do it if you're a serial killer, man. You can't do it like the 80s or the 90s where you can go from county to county. And which this person is, they're jumping around. New England's like all but a bunch of states just smashed together right there. So like he's kind of doing it old school. And the author bitch, she said, "Oh, it's not the same person, this and that." It could be. You know what I mean? They should really look into that. You never know.
I think they is looking into it.
I mean, the bodies ain't dropping for no reason. So
for real.
It gotta be connected in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're getting away with that shit in this time, but I guess if you determine you're gonna really get what you want to get out here.
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy because they had one in Long Island. Had a documentary on Netflix about it, where like Shorty had her daughter had came up missing. But it was a lot of girls that came up missing. But the mother, she wasn't going. Like she was flipping over every stone trying to find her daughter. She ended up finding. I think they ended up finding her daughter's body, and then they knew who the dude was, but there was no evidence to
tie him.
Connect them to it and anything like so. Yeah, so like about a couple years later, the dude, they finally had evidence. The FBI stepped in, and they had evidence. The dude was a surgeon. He lived like over there, like in Fire Island, which is like
oh shit, there was some kind of incisions.
Yeah,
that only a surgeon can do.
Yeah, he was disappearing the bodies.
Oh shit. That's
no. He was
crazy.
disappearing
A
the
high
bodies.
public figure like a
he
doctor.
was dumping them in the off the water. Yeah,
And just
yeah,
letting
that shit crazy,
the
man.
fucking
Like,
sea take care of it.
so, you know,
Yeah, and this one,
yeah.
bruh, the
Unfortunately,
motherfucker said they
and
found
he
us
was going
fucking.
after like sex workers.
Oh yeah. Oh, now that you said the seven, I know what you're talking about. So the first girl, she was a pretty little girl too on everything. I think I did see that. What you talking about? On my mama, 100%. This one though, they said they found a fucking
What are you talking about?
skulls. How long was that body sitting out there for?
I mean,
A minute.
decomposition, like I said, it could happen rapidly. It could happen. It just depends on the environment. So, like for example, like when like you know, and shout out to all our old folks. You know what I mean? Like you might have an old folks that's living on their own, and then they pass. No one knows. When they find them, they're super decomposed. It might have only been a couple of days because they're inside a house, and you know, maybe their heaters on, and like you know what I mean? Because heat will speed up the process. Like so, and like I said, this time of year gets a little humid on that side, right? You know what I mean? And if you dump someone out there and they start to get the rotten, and then the animals come, they start cleaning the job up for real. That's like, and if this isn't, mind you, I'm getting all movie serial killer movie with it, but like the old girl that said there was a similar case with 9 girls, 7 bodies and 2 missing, whatever it was in the 80s. If you know, if it is an old school type individual, or at least someone old school minded, they're not rolling around with cell phones or cars that have GPS or anything like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only way you're going to be able to do this thing without getting fucked with. You know what I mean? Like you can't. You're like completely off the grid. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy,
to me, I don't
man.
think it's a coincidence for sure, bro. When they
I don't
find
either.
the remains
Nah,
in
ain't no
New England, you know, I know
I've
it's
been hearing
that's
about that.
multiple states, huh?
I've been hearing about that case. It ain't no coincidence.
See, there it is there. On my mama.
Yeah, I heard about that case like 2 weeks ago.
Get the fuck
But
out
it
of
was
here.
like bits and pieces. Yeah, it was bits and pieces. Like, you know, the bodies kept popping up. We kept finding bodies. So, you know, they say it's a serial killer and he's moving around, shit like that. And the internet didn't say that. The news said that. So I don't know what they talking about the internet. Yeah.
Y'all ever heard of the Moscow Maniac? I think he was within the last 10 years. So it was in Moscow, and then it's like they're like Central Park. You know, like in New York, there's Central Park. So like in Moscow, in this area where there's hella billionaires that live in this area, but then like right down the street, it's like the hood. So it's kind of like East Palo Alto and Palo Alto, if anyone, you know, for comparison, anyone that's from the Bay. You got Stanford Hospital and University and all these millionaires and billionaires, and then down the street you got straight East Palo Alto and Menlo. It's the hood. So in Moscow it was like that. There's this dude that was in there. He just killing fools in this park. Hella motherfucking start coming up missing. Hella. And then the media got to start calling him the Moscow Maniac. But yeah, go down the rabbit hole. It's crazy, bro. This fool had like 60 bodies. Yeah, he was just killing fools in the park, and then it became a thing, and the fools were scared to go to the park, and then like, you know, and there was just always people that would go there and play chess. You know, restaurants, they like to play chess and shit. And then like, yeah, bro, it just ended up being one of them motherfuckers playing chess all since he was a kid. You know what I mean? Just always going there, killing. He been killing since he was a teenager, getting away with it here and there, dumping them in the fucking forest. And then all of a sudden, you know, he got older. It was probably like 20. It might have been like around 2020 or something like that when they caught his ass finally.
Yeah, they trying to not get the people scared, bro, by downplaying this shit. 100%, bro. You know what I mean? Only one of them said, only one of the bodies was ruled not foul play. 100%, bro. You know what I mean? And if there's
the reason I brought up the Moscow Maniac is because he had a signature. Like all the victims, their head was just like blown out. And then when they because he used a hammer. That was his thing. And a lot of when you see a pattern with a lot of the serial killers, they're gonna have like a signature. You know what I mean? like what they like to
The
do.
state,
So like,
the
but if
state,
this guy's
the
doing it
state
in
don't
different
have no
ways,
resources for that. The
What
state
was that?
don't
No,
have no
them is facts.
resources.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't have no resources to track down those serial killers. They got to go to the FBI with that.
Yeah,
That's facts.
facts. Yeah, you got to get like the behavioral science specialists, and they look at the scene. 5'11", 30-year-old
Yeah.
white male.
It's
You
the
know what I
hardest.
mean?
It's the
Like,
hardest cases to solve because they don't have no motive. Like,
yeah,
there's
It's
no
hella
real
random.
connection to these victims.
Yeah, it's random
Yeah,
shit.
there's no real connection to these victims. And if he stopped for a while, that trail gonna go cold as hell. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
for
know,
real, huh?
and
In
I
New
don't think
England.
he living off no grid. I think he right in society with everybody else. He hiding in plain sight. You know what I mean?
For
But
real.
you just gotta, that's just crazy. I think in this time, but see, you know what? I thought in this time that they wouldn't have as many, which they don't have as many, but it's still a lot of areas in the country that's like, they ain't no cameras and none of that shit. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So
rural areas.
yeah,
Am I saying that
rural.
word right?
Yeah, I mean,
Rural.
Yeah, I was just
rural.
watching this guy that
Rural.
does he
He
does
said it like, bruh, it's rural, motherfucker.
a lot of motherfucking outside content, and this motherfucker's up in the Emerald Triangle, but he's driving through that bitch in certain areas. His cell phone wasn't working, but he's interviewing motherfuckers
Yeah.
that been up there for 50 and 60 years. You know what I mean? 100%.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Wyoming. That's one of them places.
Oh yeah, where it's like 80% fucking wilderness for real.
Bro, they gotta
Yeah,
use
it's nuts.
something called Starlink in order to get
Kanye could be a
internet.
serial killer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
He
use
just goes to
Starlink to
Wyoming
get
and gets rid
internet,
of
my
them.
nigga. Oh,
My
excuse
bad.
my
What was
language.
that?
Yeah.
Excuse my language. You got to use Starlink in order to get internet in places like that.
Yeah.
Where
That
you
shit
get
is crazy.
satellite woo-wop for real.
On my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that shit
one of my
wild.
partners that work for Google, right? His department, they fuck with the balloons, these low-flying balloons. They're probably maybe like this big, but maybe a little bit bigger than like one of them yoga balls, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers fly around low altitude and then they bounce off Wi-Fi in rural areas. Rural?
Yeah.
Rural
Mm.
areas. I can never say that word.
Crazy.
Rural?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That joint is crazy though.
So this is what's crazy. Even nowadays, this is crazy because you have multiple counties, multiple states that potentially could have something that's connected, and then you go back to some other famous serial killers. What's the brother that was killing all the little boys? He would just jump to the next county and start doing the same thing, and that was back in the
You
days.
talking about Wayne Gacy?
Yeah, Wayne Gacy, right? Remember he was killing all different, jumping different counties in Illinois, and it's like then the different jurisdictions they just weren't sharing information with each other, and so it's like, that's why you pointed out, you nailed these, that you got to get the feds involved because then they can go and literally make all these motherfuckers work in unison. It's like, what do y'all got? You know what I mean? Give me everything y'all got.
Yeah,
We start connecting the dots.
He had a construction business, and he was hiring like young boys, and then he was unaliving them and putting them in the concrete, and having new workers come in there and help
and bury them
put them in the
motherfuckers.
concrete. Yeah, so when they went up in his crib, they had to dig out that whole basement, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on the bottom.
He had like a cellar down there.
Yeah. He even started getting lazy where there was a part that was like dirt. There was just hella bodies just visibly right there. Aside from the ones in the concrete. He was running numbers up, bro. That guy was a real piece of shit.
For real.
Yeah, and but you know what I'm saying? If those two neighboring counties would have worked together, would have known hey, you have a no, because remember he got arrested and did time for sodomy. And of a little boy, unfortunately, and then he gets locked up, And then he gets out and he moves to the next county and just starts up his business over there. And it's like, this is obviously easier back then, but nowadays, so they have to start, because the first thing you're going to do if you're the FBI is you're going to start seeing who has, history of anything that's been in multiple counties. And you know what I mean? You start trying to narrow the thing down, and you only start that after you get a profile. You get a profile and you start, okay, now we know what we're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's the crazy shit.
This motherfucker could be a hiker.
Crazy.
There's a lot of
could be anybody.
Fucking hiker.
It could be a motherfucker that be hiking and shit.
I ain't gonna front though. He could be a truck driver. Cause they could
be moving all through them states and shit. You ain't lying, B.
They could be in multiple states and have a reason to be there.
All up and down that I-95.
And never get
I-80, I-95, I-10.
The 5 take you from Canada to Mexico.
Yeah, then you got I-10 going down South Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a pipeline right there. I mean, if you go back to whenever they started making interstate highways, right? When they started they had highways, but then they started doing the interstates, right? This is what exploded the serial killer genre for real. I'm saying genre, like this is what exploded the serial killer isms for real, because not only in the late 60s with the hitchhiking culture and all this shit, and people just, you know what I mean? And you're traveling from state to state. You have the ability to travel from state to state now and just do dirt. Then also pornography is what a lot of the behavioral science motherfuckers say, with the explosion of pornography as well. Because then the perversion in society, in inducing more perversion definitely brings it out in those crazies, bro. Yeah, it's tied. It's definitely tied.
Yeah. That joint is crazy.
Yeah. It's even crazier when you go around the world with the serial killers that they got around the world. Like, them third world motherfuckers. Like, there's this dude in Brazil, bro. He killed 100 kids, bro. Just this. They're just because, you know what I'm saying, in the third world countries, it's even worse. Like, they don't give a fuck. And then motherfuckers just start missing, and it becomes folklore. Like, oh, kids go missing in this town. Like, you know what I mean? Becomes urban legend, and you find out after 20 years it was one motherfucker, just a crazy psychopath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In society.
Shit bugged out.
Yeah, for real. And I was shout out to my man Spencer Guru. He said something to me, and he's a young bull. He said something to me that really fucked me up in the best way. He goes, when you look at other countries, I mean, we are from America, as fucked up as it is out here. It's like, dude, we're hella blessed over here. I'm like, you ain't lying. You know what I mean?
It's facts.
If we're gonna base the comparison, my folks came from a third world country, so it's like, you know what I mean? They knew it was like, oh, it's better over here. You know what I mean?
It's different.
As bad as it can be.
Terminal.
Because they can disappear your ass anywhere else easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure.
Shit, man. We didn't. I kicked it off too fast and didn't shout out the chat, man. On my mama, man. Let's get caught up in the chat, man.
To the chat, man.
100%. We got Peacock in the building. He said, "What's up, dudes?" On my second mug of coffee. 100%.
Let's go.
He's got Brandon in the building. Facts. If it's true, the NFL asked the Packers to take up the tush push and ban the proposal for him. We got Ear to the Streets in the building. What's up, big bro? He said, happy Thursday, fellas.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
We got King D in the building. He said, top of it, fellas.
Top of it, King D.
Yo, King D, how that tariff thing going, man?
Oh yeah, because King D, he's the driver too.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, that's right, man. If you got some insight for us, King.
Nah, because I heard the tariffs is, they kind of messing up the ports a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, word.
Yeah, like 'cause my
It's
boy,
dry.
he worked the ports out there in Alabama. You feel me?
It's dry right now.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing, man. You know,
This shit is crazy, bro. On
And Long Beach
everything.
is one of the major ports too.
Facts.
yeah, man. Shout out to them, shout out to them boys that's working them ports, man.
We got Cap for Life in the building. Ain't seen Cap for Life in a
What's
minute. Top
up,
of it,
Cap?
bro. Oh, my mama.
Hey, shout out to Cap for Life.
Hey, Peacock said this time it's not Aaron Hernandez.
Hey, listen. Aaron Hernandez was just trying to tie up some loose ends, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
That's all that was, man. He just got caught trying to tie up some loose ends.
And listen, man. I mean, unaliving yourself. If there's ever a reason, he did it to assure his kid got that money, bro. Because if he got fully sentenced, he was already sentenced, and then they were about to like process the thing. The fact that he died between,
but he had some action on the appeal. I heard
the contract with New England wasn't null and void, so he got his guaranteed money, and it goes to next of kin.
Yeah, he definitely had action at an appeal because he had just won. He just won something in court. I forgot exactly what happened. Yeah, so he had just.
My thing was like, why would he off himself if he got action at getting out?
I mean, there was $10 million guaranteed that would have went to his daughter. I think that's what it was. And he might have knew something that we didn't know, that he might not have. Maybe he knew there's something out there that could fuck his appeal up. Maybe, I don't know.
Because they said he was in good spirits before he left. I don't see what the police, what invested interest anybody would have with trying to take him out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Was he part of it? And I'm asking this because I don't know. Was he part of like a notable like gang? Because I know he was like part of like a blood gang.
Yeah, he was a blood, but it was just like, it seemed like it was like when he was in his youth, but
yeah,
you know what it is? He was moving around a certain type of way before he got into football. And
the worst thing that happened to him is that New England drafted him because he's from that general area. So now he's gotten all this money and he's with the homies. You know what
I'm gonna tell you though, the thing is, right, when you have people that when you have witnesses to your savagery and you about to be a whole multi-millionaire, those witnesses could turn into those homies could turn into witnesses, and you never know how a person
they get to extorting.
Yeah, they get to extort you because they got dirt on you. They got dirt on, and you're gonna pay anything for that information not to get out because you don't want to ruin your career. But at the same time, it's like, he was
a bad dude too on the field.
Yeah, he didn't want to risk that, so he said,
some would say he was the killer.
I'm just going to close up these loose ends, and then I'm going to continue on my football career.
You ain't lying.
He just got caught.
Even the footage where, when he's chucking the woo-wop in the water, just hella casual, and that's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So, that's how that goes.
And then he implicates old girl too by having her, by involving her. Hey, go get rid of the gun. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what the thing is? The cameras in the crib kind of worked against him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did.
His own security.
But people say,
throwing the gun in the moat.
But then people will say, "Oh, why you got cameras in your crib for security, nigga? You think I'm like?" So I'm just Superman. For real. I'm just Superman. Like I could just know where everything. I got a big house. And I just know where anybody's going to be entering at any time of the day, right?
Just have Gronk there.
Security.
Nobody's fucking with you if Gronk's standing outside. Those days, Gronk too. Gronk and Hernandez is
crazy, bro.
Nasty.
You have to have cameras, bro. They be flocking. I mean, we did the story on Joe Burrow and some of them other cats that got flocked. You know what I mean? And they shit got ran up in. Luckily, they wasn't home. You know what I mean? We seen shit in Atlanta where, superstars, celebrities, they shit getting flocked up in there. You know what I mean? 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to have all aspects of some type
of gated community for real if you a celebrity, especially if you stunting.
Yeah.
Like, Joe Burrow. Go ahead.
Just gotta make sure you don't get caught on candid camera.
For sure.
Yeah, for real. And most of them, they got their shit insured. Give it up. If you get seen in public, if you get caught in public and they whip that thing out on you, just here you go. Because Joe Burrow, he be out there in the fur coats, hella big B chains, right? Remember that shit? The big B chain, bro. The big Bengals woo wop. Iced out.
Oh my mama.
For real.
And that's the thing. You have to have something, bro. And see, like them dudes, they easy to get the concealed permits. I ain't saying that all them dudes keep a concealed, but the type of profile person they are, they have action at getting the concealed easier than some other people. 100%, bro.
You know what's funny about rappers, and this is including myself. We'll talk about doing alleged things. But like Eminem's funny because when he got rich, he would start rapping about how his security will do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't listen, man. Let security take care of that, man.
That's what they get paid for.
You get rich, get your security.
Get the security.
Hey, Slim, we just can't get what's the little young fella name that got hit for the 300K on in LA? The little YouTuber.
Jack Daugherty.
Yeah, we can't have his security.
Oh,
we can't have his security. He ain't no good.
He said, where's your gun at?
You'll die messing with his security.
Yeah, he's not even security.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't die. He's got to sue that man.
He's part of the lick.
Right.
You know
that shit is crazy, bro. You can't have that. Or even like when Sauce and Say So P, may he rest in peace. When that shit happened, right? The day before, when they was at the club, security is on camera showing that they at the club working for them. Like, come on now, you're not supposed to be.
Crazy.
You know, the first thing about being, that type of industry, bro, is the clients. Man, fuck the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
You ain't lying.
Man. Oh my mama. We got Minnesota Den in the building, 100%. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us, bro. I fucked up the beginning of the show, man. I jumped straight into it. Shoot first, ask questions later. 100%.
You know what I mean? We what does that say? Just do it instead of asking. What is the thing? Instead of asking permission,
ask for forgiveness instead of for permission.
Yeah, you feel me?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh
We're
my
just gonna do it.
We got Bakes in the building. Top of the morning, Bakes.
What's up, Bakes?
Yo, JD, how you do your coffee in the morning? You make it or you gonna buy it?
No, I make it.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. I don't.
Man, hey, check this out, Slim. I'm like the coffee expert. I don't even drink coffee because you know what I'm saying. That's always the cheat code on the Mother's Day or my girl's birthday. I was like, what do you want? Oh, I want an espresso. An espresso?
Coffee connoisseur?
No, Nespresso. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you know what I mean? We went through the Keurig phase. We got it all, bro. That shit was just pop on at 4:30 in the morning. Start cooking it. Start brewing it up for her. Shit,
I got a Mr. Coffee.
Oh, that's what you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. The little $20 pot.
Yeah, and you just program that shit.
Oh my mama! My shit is a 5-cupper.
Yeah, the 5-cup. Yep.
Oh my mama! Hell yeah! I don't like the store shit. The only time I buy the store shit, bro, is if I ain't got nothing here at the house, or if I ain't got no filters, or you know what I mean. Other than that, I got to have my own shit, bro.
I had the whole Beano. I had to throw that joint in the NutriBullet.
Oh my mama! Like at Costco, they got the beans, right? Or they'll sell the bag beans, or you can get the beans, but they got the grinder right there. I don't know if y'all got Winco. If y'all got Winco, they do the beans right there too, bro. You get super fresh coffee.
Yeah, I had to grind these joints up because
Ghost Monkey said, "What's up, fellas?
What's up, big Ghost?"
Peacock said he got an espresso machine and it makes the best damn coffee ever.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
And my girl, that's the best gift that kept giving, bro. And then, here and there, I got to buy the woo-wops for it, you know what I mean? But it's just a cheat code. Because I told her, look, you can buy hella Starbucks.
Big bro said I had to bring my old one to work so I can have an espresso all day. Oh, my God. Since I fucked it up, let's switch over to the GWN right fast, and we're gonna run a message from our sponsor. We are powered by the neonpeacockmerch.com website 100%, man. Make sure y'all go slide over there.
We got the 40% off the entire site right now. You know what I mean? $13 tees for the regular and the classic style.
Get it while it's hot, you heard?
And we got the brand new off the presses front and back woo wops.
Yo, he need to make free Diddy shirts.
Hey, they pull his ass out this can, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He gonna get some done. Hey, the dealer for the walk, bro. Hey, did you see Queen's flip at the
I seen him. I was thinking about pulling up outfit too, man. I gotta make some time.
Queens get the money.
Yeah,
oh my mama, I'm telling you, bro, it's a lot of motherfuckers outside right now making their name off that shit.
Who was that, Slim?
Somebody cursed his mom's out there. I don't know.
On my mama, she been out there every fucking day too, bro. On my mama.
Yeah, she getting all that, you know, trying to get all that good content.
It's the hottest trial.
Shout out to Mama Flip too, man. Mama, I didn't know Flip's son is the one that's behind the camera.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't know that.
That's dope. That's dope because then that you know what I mean, get them in the lane, right? Keep it in the family.
Yeah, because Mama Flip was like, "Oh, this is my grandson right here." Oh, everything. She said, Flip said the grandson is the one that seen moms when they was driving by. That's like that. There go my grandma. Oh, everything.
Yes.
Real talk. She been in the trenches. Hey. Whoever cussed her out, he gonna get his ass whooped. He pull up today. Oh my mama, they gonna catch his ass.
Damn.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, that's high level disrespect right there.
You don't be talking to nobody mama like that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Everything. Let's run the message from our sponsor. We'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. NeonPeacockMerch.com. You see it at the bottom of the screen. 40% off everything. $13 tees. Bogey said it, front and back woo wops. 100%. And if you want to get real in depth with some shit, man, pause. Hit Big Bro up on Instagram, man. He gonna bring whatever to life that you think of. 100%, bro. Let's switch back over. Jay. Okay, it took me hella long to find the next one. I don't know why it took me so long, bro. I had to go do some digging. Let's get into the next topic.
If you dig it, I dug it.
Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Millions of dollars in missing cars, tens of thousands in missing cash, and now federal prosecutors are investigating the St. Louis City toll lot.
4 years ago, Five on Your Side was first to bring you the complaints from a city worker inside the toll lot, came forward to blow the whistle. 4 years later, our political editor Mark Maxwell reports the dysfunctional accounting systems were never brought up to date.
Yeah, that's to say the least. One after another, whistleblowers are once again coming out of the woodwork to say something is rotten in the toll lot. Each of them raising their complaints with their bosses in years past. One of them with Five on Your Side's I-Team 4 years ago. And each of them was transferred out of the department or fired. One worker told me what's going on at the city toll lot amounts to highway robbery.
For 23 years, Angelica Woods worked for the city of St. Louis.
They know how to go in there and change the numbers and the name.
Was her last day on the job.
I was a whistleblower.
According to court records, in a federal jury trial awarding Woods $257,000 in damages, the city's former streets department director terminated her for talking to Five on Your Side and blowing the whistle on shady deals at the city toll lot. So why did she risk her job?
Because a lot of cash was being taken under the table here. It was a lot of corruption within City Toll.
Now, at least 2 other former toll lot employees are coming forward to say they witnessed similar behavior between 2020 and 2023.
And a lot of the employees was taking the cars and benefiting for themselves.
George Hooker worked for the city for 14 years.
We have an auction here. The people that don't redeem the cars within 30 days, we sell them. So I was the auctioneer over here.
He says he signed papers to become a government whistleblower.
They promised me that I was protected under it, but I still got moved. Yeah, I still got moved.
That's when he claims Mayor Jones, former streets director, transferred him off the toll lot and buried him in work.
Yes. Bethany is the one that transferred me. She transferred me because I was complaining to her about what was going on down here.
A third whistleblower, the former commissioner of the toll lot, says he was railroaded almost immediately during his probation period.
Once I started ruffling feathers, they got me out of there pretty quickly.
Now, after a blistering audit raised big questions.
There was $80,000 missing, and then they said they could not find 586 vehicles that had been towed there.
Comptroller Donna Behringer handed the audit and additional evidence over to federal prosecutors.
That's what happens when you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
And Mayor Kara Spencer is reacting tonight saying, quote, "This audit, which was quietly released in March, should not have been swept under the rug." That was released just during the election season, quietly too. The audit now calls to convert from cash payments at the toll lot window to online payments and to collect and track all those records in a digital transparent log.
Damn. What state was that?
In St. Louis.
In St. Louis, okay.
Cold world, huh?
Going down over there. Hey, look, that mayor is in on it, bro.
Oh, for sure. You better believe
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
You better believe it. Man, they just caught a dude out here, like, well, in Philly. He was illegally towing people's stuff out of a parking lot to try to get them to pay money to him, whatever. They just locked him
because if they don't get that fucking lien, you can get that lien sale on them cars.
Yeah, fact.
I bought cars from the toll lot before.
Yeah,
Not government toll lot, but I bought cars from the toll lot before.
For sure. You know what I'm saying?
Even that dude that was just an honest auctioneer, they told him straight up, "You good? You a whistleblower." He started blowing that whistle, and they just buried his ass.
Yeah, they transferred him, bro. They transferred him to a different department, and it was a wrap like they did the white boy on The Wire, the main dude on The Wire. Man, they transferred his ass to the docks, and it was a wrap.
Yeah, McNulty put his ass on the boat.
McNulty on my mama.
Hey, Nick Nolte was the shit.
Put his ass on the boat.
Was a cold dude.
Oh yeah, 48 hours.
Oh my mama, but yeah, man. So and like Bogey, I heard you say during it was playing that the mayor was in on it. It said at the end of the shit we was watching that the fucking investigation got started during election season, and if the mayor was on it and the shit got swept under the rug already, they said that the mayor is the one that transferred, bruh. Like she's definitely in on it. We might see a part 2 to this shit where she gets canned.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
because look at this. Like, whenever election time comes around, everybody's best PIs come out, bruh. And they dig up all the dirt. They're like, look what she's doing. They start shipping all the people out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on now, bruh. Everything.
Yeah, your skeletons are gonna come out the closet during election time.
Dennis said that one of the whistleblowers, she ended up getting $257,000 for suing the city because she got fired for whistleblowing. You know what I mean? So she got a settlement for getting fired, wrong for termination.
Hold on, let me get this straight. She's a whistleblower and she got fired for blowing the whistle.
Yep.
Boom, open check case. She got that bread real fast. Look, clearly I was here to blow the whistle. She had Too Short come through on the stand. You know what I mean?
Hey, she got an early retirement from their ass for blowing the whistle. Oh my mama, they had to give her $257,000, bro.
Damn,
Oh,
they
man,
would have
man.
saved them money just letting her be the fucking whistleblower is like a fancy way of the rat, right? It's a fancy name for a government rat, right?
Pretty much.
Facts.
You know, they could have saved a lot of money just having her on a government salary. They're like, that she got a quarter ticket plus.
Then it said in the audit, they audited that it was 500 cars missing. Bro, 500 cars
500
missing.
cars missing. They tripping.
What the fuck? Like, bro said, the dude that got transferred, like, man, he was the auctioneer at first. He's seeing these motherfuckers sell these cars and pocket
He's like,
the
I
money,
auctioned
bro.
off well over 500 cars.
That shit crazy, dog.
He
Oh,
blew the
my mama.
whistle and they got
Bugged
rid of
out.
him.
Blow the whistle. Oh my mama. Corruption at its finest, man. We done a lot of stories where we didn't see local agencies with nothing but corruption, bro. We did a story where they shut down the whole police department.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that was in Alabama. It's always these small little towns, these little rural towns.
I got another one for you.
I can't say that word.
One. Watch this last one. I'm glad you said that shit. Y'all got anything going out on this one?
Yeah, man. You better make sure you cover your tracks when you're doing that dirt. You know what I mean? Because everybody ain't coming to work for the same reasons.
You know what makes me upset about this is my last thoughts. What makes me upset about this scheme is that it's very little money on the larger scheme of things. You know, 500 cars. What's the auction going for? Maybe 2-3 bands a car, or whatever. I mean, I guess they're now that there's just stealing the cars essentially. Probably nicer cars. Still,
ain't no telling what's in them cars too. You know, when you get towed, you really don't get. Some officers don't even let you take your shit out your car. 100%. So
I'm
no
just saying,
telling
like, man, 500 cars might have got him $1 million, maybe. Like that's not a lot of money for like, you know, when you got pulled like that. I'm very disappointed in the weak level of ambition they have.
You done fucked off your whole motherfucking career for a couple dollars.
Come on, man.
Pretty much.
And you got a government job, so you got if you put your 25 in, you're gonna have good pension, you're gonna have benefits, you're gonna have a retirement, you know what I mean? That shit.
Man, they
crazy.
want that fast money.
Come on, man.
They want to live the life.
They want a little extra.
Or a little extra.
They want that extra, man. They want to go to what's the one place? Ibiza,
huh?
They want to go to Spain, right? Is that Spain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
you know what I'm saying? That's about like 20, 30 cars, right? Yeah. Very low sights. They aim.
Bake said, did you guys hear about the TikToker from Jalisco, Mexico that got shot during her live stream? You said you heard about it?
I sent it to the group thread the other day.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, we could pull it in the group thread. It's
I didn't see that.
It's like maybe like a 2-minute clip. They don't
She
show
know
it,
who
but
she was dating.
it's real deal, bro. Like that shit crazy.
She know who she was dating, man. She know that dude was a killer.
Yeah, he was already suspected for killing a supermodel that she came up missing and then found. They found her stinking.
Wow.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, bro.
This one, it's like she's getting a delivery, bro. So she's like a beautician, like type of influencer, and she has a salon, and then she's getting a delivery while she's live. So she goes to put it on mute, and then boom, gets smoked. And then the person that was doing the delivery grabs the phone, so you see like a split glimpse of bruh, and then I think it's bruh. So that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So he didn't even hire nobody. He did it himself.
And he's like a guy.
He had a sucker attack.
He's like a guy.
Right.
Like
Facts.
He's like a cartel guy. You know what I mean? Like he's like a dude. He's a young bull. He's like 23.
Yeah,
but he's supposed to be like a guy. You know what I mean? So he probably just walked up in that motherfucker and just and like, cause you know he could just pay off whoever he needs to pay off to shut him up. But this one's going viral. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that hurts. That hurts. Lil Mama wasn't doing nothing, man.
She wasn't doing nothing but not trying to give it up to him, or at least any more, or whatever it was. Because I think she tried to split from him or something like that.
Yeah,
He like on some sucker shit, bro. Oh, if I can't have you, no one can. That's some sucker shit.
He had a sucker attack.
Yeah, you ain't lying. He diagnosed it well. It's the sucker attack.
And you the cartel, so you got the infinite money glitch.
For real. But, let's see how he works his way out of this one, because he's already tied to this other woo-wop. You know what I mean? But, what's crazy about the cartels down there is they are the government, too. You know what I mean? They're like lockstep with the government because they just pay everybody off. Just do what they got to do. They do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That one is crazy.
It really
That's
is.
beyond me, bro. That's my first hearing about that shit, bro.
Yeah, this was like, it's pretty new. Probably like in the last week or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
happened like a week ago.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah, it was probably a couple of days later when I caught wind of it. I put it right in the thread. I was like, "Oh shit, this is OJ material right here."
Nah, see,
they said then they went over to her place.
If you tied up with them folks, man, stay off of social media, man. Just live your life. Cause I see a lot of them folks that be either working for the cartel or dating them dudes or whatever. It don't be working out for them when they be jumping on the social media, man.
It don't work out for people that are connected to them, just working from in the streets neither. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna make some money, but you're there for life now. It's like one of them contracts that you don't know you signed. You know what I mean?
Yep. The death row contract.
Don't fuck with the cartels.
Death row contract.
Yeah, for life. Ain't no getting out.
There's no getting out of that thing. You feel me?
Damn it. Let's get into this last joint, y'all. Well, Bogey was just talking about some small town police like type shit. Watch this shit right here, bro. There's some crazy shit right here. Here we go.
Now. Starts now.
Thank you so much for joining Action News 5 at 10. I'm Joy Redmond. New details emerging tonight as one of two former Shelby County Sheriff's deputies faced decertification today. Both were terminated after reports say they took an intoxicated woman to a hotel room after a traffic stop, and one deputy allegedly had sex with her. Action News 5's Amani Williams watched the hearing today. Amani?
We learned who first brought this to the sheriff's office attention and how an off-duty deputy, Michael Zaguri, ended up at the scene. Sheldon Smith, former Shelby County Sheriff's deputy, faced the Peace Officers and Standards Training Commission Thursday, up for decertification. He is one of the two SCSO deputies fired in June 2024 after reports say he pulled over an intoxicated woman, took her to a hotel with former deputy Michael Zaguri. Zaguri was not at the meeting, so the commission voted to decertify him by default. The incident came to light when the woman's spouse wanted to know where their car was, according to testimony.
The victim's spouse came into the sheriff's office substation and wanted to inquire about a vehicle belonging to him.
According to Carla Allen, director of training for SCSO, investigators looked at body camera footage, reports, and took statements about what happened the night of the incident. Termination records show that the two did not report that the woman was intoxicated, although they found a bottle of liquor. Allen said the woman was seen on camera noticeably intoxicated.
She came to the house and did not have the vehicle. She stated to her spouse that she was intoxicated. She had come in contact with two deputies and they had confiscated her car and she didn't know exactly where it was located.
Once the investigation into the incident began, the woman told SCSO what happened after the two deputies took her to a hotel room after the stop.
She indicated that the other officer had sexual intercourse with her. He stayed at the hotel for 1 hour with her.
Allen said footage showed Smith stayed in the room for 5 minutes, Zaguri an hour. Zaguri was off duty, but according to Allen, he stopped at the traffic stop on his way to the substation on a different matter. Now, Smith was not decertified today. The commission voted to suspend his post-certification pending any possible criminal charges. Right now, he cannot work with law enforcement in Tennessee. Reporting live in studio, Imani Williams, Action.
Man, that's some predatorial shit at its
I'm telling
finest. That's like organized. That's organized grape right there. Right? That's the substitution word we'll use. Grape.
you.
Organized
sure.
grape right there.
Blatant use of power, bro. They abused their power. They told her we can make this go away. Yeah, we can make this go away for you, but you got to go to the hotel with us. What kind of shit is that, bro?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, you know, abuse of power. You know what I'm saying? That's why they asked me to be getting sentenced like everybody else. You feel me?
100%.
You don't need no passes.
You come into the job to play. Play with the people that you're supposed to be protecting.
For real.
100%.
For
Everything.
all of that.
I understand you want to give her a pass, but damn, look at the way that you tried to give her a pass. Not saying she deserved a pass or anything like that, you know what I mean? But damn, bro, you gave her a pass because you wanted to get some rocks off.
Yeah, you know, ain't something for nothing out here.
The fact that they have
But
the
that got a price.
hotel already and the dude's the off-duty other cop. This is like something they do like on the normal probably.
Yeah,
Like
everybody.
you don't just randomly have this hotel ready set up for you to bring
Hell
girls.
no.
You know what I mean? Like this is like some serial behavior right here. Here's another thing too. It's like that sadist, the sadomasochist shit. The sadist means they're gonna abuse any position of power. This is the perfect example of that, right? These motherfuckers are just, man, you get pulled over, and then she comes home, it's totally incapacitated, doesn't even know what happened. She telling her husband. And maybe she was afraid to admit it.
That's what it was. She was afraid to admit it, bro, on everything, and then finally copped the plea to what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Completely embarrassed, you know, and she got to work that out with her motherfucking spouse 100%.
Yeah.
But, you know, he wondering where the motherfucking car at, man. Where my car at? On everything. and then got to find out what she did with one of the officers.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. Reality is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it really is, bro.
Because them sick individuals that like see, and it goes back to the hiring process. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, damn, like, is there ever going to be a good way to figure out, like, you know, the right people to hire for these jobs?
Right. Everybody human.
Yeah.
Man,
things could.
It's hard to sniff out
better hide
intention in
shit.
a job interview.
Yeah, it is.
That is true, huh?
Oh, my mama.
You go in there, hey, how you doing? Yep, pleasure to be aboard. Oh,
This shit crazy, bro.
start there. You ever get the phone? You ever get the call from a number you don't know? You go, hello, and then they go, hi, is this such and such? Oh, yeah, speaking. You know what I mean? But you first pick it up like, hello, because you don't know. Oh, is this such and such? Oh, yeah, speaking. You know what I mean? Then you get the professional voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's you know what I mean? You motherfuckers can fake it, bro. It's always gonna be in them little areas, like just like that too. Them small little areas tucked off in the cut, because you know what I'm saying. This is where, like, you know what I mean, shit might have been going on.
Yeah, you can off your career. We just seen back-to-back episodes where local government agency employees is fucking off their careers for nothing.
I'm telling you.
Because they're on dope. Because they're even on dope in one of those stories we covered.
Right. And then like the last one we just seen, if it was that easy to go ahead and get them cars, you could have just, you know, put your peoples on it. Look, man, here, these cars finna start coming up for sale, man. I'm gonna make sure you get it for the low. Just, you know what I mean? And that's still breaking the law. But I'm saying though, you know, just directly doing it 100%. And just this last one, it was gains. You abuse your power for gain 100%. When you in a government agency like that, you know, everybody don't got power and shit like that, depending on what department you work in, but you have some type of little wiggle room. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, you know, we could put two and two together.
I always say it's the same amount of effort or even more to put in to when you're trying to not only come up with these elaborate schemes and scams and plots, whatever you want to call it, then executing them, right? That same effort you can put into just doing something legit and like be successful at it. You know what I mean? Like it's actual work that motherfuckers are doing to pull off these like even this one we just covered. That's some scummy ass shit. These motherfuckers are actually putting their time and effort. Got hotels set up, and then they probably lurking around these little local bars and shit and catching motherfuckers leaving. It's like entrapment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Pulling them over.
100%.
Woo, woo. Yeah, I mean that's just shit, and that shit is mad loser shit too, bro. Well, you know what also kills me with them, man? If you want to get your rocks out, go buy one, bro. Like, well,
There it is, there on everything. Do
these
something,
guys
bro.
are some
You
real
abusing,
weirdos. Like, they don't
abusing
just
your
want
power,
the box;
bro.
they want to do this violation shit. That shit is some like real weirdo shit.
Yeah, that shit hurt too, right there, bro. The officer, bro, 100%.
Yeah, you know, people feel vulnerable when they get around police more than they do feel protected. You know what I mean? And that's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't trust the police.
No, 100. I mean, this shows you why, right here.
Like, oh no.
This is an example that shows you why, 100%, bro.
And this is not a knock on all the good police out there, because
Nah,
it's
for
probably
sure.
a vast majority that are good compared to the ones that aren't. But the ones that aren't, that'll get in there and corrupt the good cops. See, like, hey, you know what we doing over here? You know what I mean?
We just seen it in what you just said. We seen it in the last story. They was a part of a little fraternity, you know what I mean? And they transferred motherfuckers out there because they didn't want to get down or lay down. You know, I'm sorry, Nova. But they, you know what I mean? Since they didn't want to get down, they had to get shipped up out of there 100% to cover up what they had going, to keep furthering what they had going 100%. And that shit is crazy, bro. You see that shit everywhere in any type of workplace. You're gonna have a certain clique of certain motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Especially if they doing something that's wrong, they don't want nobody to come inside their circle because the shit gonna get exposed 100%. And that's because you come into work to do some other shit, man. When you come to work, man, the first thing you're supposed to be doing is working to get your job done, to get the fuck up out of here. Not no extra shit. 100%.
Yeah.
Get your money and go home, man. On everything. You got anything going out on this one, Brody?
Yeah, man. You know, that saying applies both ways, you know. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, man. You know what I mean? For real.
On my mama.
It goes both ways.
And the cold thing is they said they was gonna put off sort of decertification for one of them dudes to see if there was any type of criminal acts they can bring against bruh. 100%. So, you know, not only is he gonna lose his motherfucking job, but he might have to go sit down 100% because he want to get his rocks off. 100%.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that don't make no sense though. I mean, all these women out here, man, and you got to go to work to go do some more extra. Like, come on, man. That's just
That say, bruh can't get no work outside of work, and he forcing himself upon the work. Oh, everything.
And some people just gotta pay. Some people just gotta pay.
Yeah, not them facts.
So,
let the people know where they can find you at, Brody.
That's why Figueroa ain't dead. From a fence perspective on YouTube,
you can't type on any site.
Out now. You know, and yeah, that's where I'm gonna be at. You know, new episode out now.
Come on now.
It's I'll be covering this Diddy trial. So, man, I'm just gathering. That's why it ain't dead.
Whoa. That shit crazy, bro. Oh, everything.
Still popping.
Real talk.
Yeah. Over here,
for
you know what I'm saying?
For our main man, Bogue, you can find him at the GenWealthNet _ on IG, GenWealthNet on YouTube, and then Bogard Scott Free on Apple and Spotify. 100%, man. Make sure you tap in. You see the Heart to Start shit right there, man. We're gonna slide over to wrong button. Click gonna end the show like how we usually end it. We're gonna slide over back to the GWN. Make sure y'all go sub up to everywhere we rocking from, man. We, like Big Bro said, from a fan's perspective on YouTube. We got the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. We got the Chicago Clubhouse. We got Spencer the Guru and the Guru Nation. We got Miles Peacock. We got Gang Green. We got Diamond Joe. We got who else am I forgetting, man? We got the Ear to the Streets 100%. That's the whole GWN crew. Shout out to the motherfucking Stay Tuned Live, man. Man, we grinding, man, 100%. Bogey, let the people know where they can find you at. Talk about it.
Goddamn conglomerate.
All right, Nova. Talk about it, man. Let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
And you already know. You can find me on Gen Wealth Net on YouTube, Gen Wealth Net _ all one word on the gram. Bogard Sky Free, anywhere you consume your music, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, etc. Universe, give me money.
We'll see y'all later, y'all, in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day.